Y'all know how I be on this. Sure. Okay, I think we're recording. Yes, we are. We're recording now. Let's try that again. Hey, you guys. So you're watching the live Breakdown Middleman to Millions course, and I'm going to be letting you guys know I pretty much started a business 20 minutes ago on the computer just to show y'all how simple and not overcomplicate your process. Now, these are things you're going to have to remember while you're in this class today. Service. What type of service, right? Name, search, phone number, website email, QuickBooks, lead source, hiring, payment system, reviews, repeat. That's literally your business in a nutshell. I know it was a lot. Right now, people are already thinking of more things to add to it, like, but. Stop, take a deep breath. I'm going to walk y'all through this. Again, this is a low-tech business series. Now, let me go ahead and share my screen. I have like 500 things I want to share with y'all, but I condensed it so that it makes sense. Okay, let's get the screen shared here. Okay, I have my laptop connected to the desktop. It should do it though. All right, we're going to start here. Now, here in the course, you've seen some of this. Who am I? Again, I don't know how you can hear here. So, and how you're going to do more. I go he's sitting on a chair, or he was sitting or pickup truck. So I was like, you extra and you ain't even doing on these jobs. So sometimes we ain't. But anyway, all right. Who is this class for? It's for partners, spouses, white collar, blue collar, a good manager, someone who can do things from I'm actually the service person. You know what you need. You need art. You need something. But I have a feeling a lot of you who are taking this class aren't the service. You're probably the integrator. Again, businesses usually have two people, an integrator, which is a manager, and the person providing the service. A lot of people are going to go, well, I'm doing it all, which I wouldn't highly recommend. I think you'll burn yourself out fast. You can, but you'll burn yourself out. All right, so here we go. Am I breaking up?
Yeah, I wanted to comment just saying that.
Let's see if I can plug this headset in. Better, worse. Better, worse.
Clearer.
Okay, let's try it again. All right, so what was the last thing you heard?
Nothing.
What's the last thing somebody heard? Okay.
You sound good now.
Okay. So, all right, let's run it again. Okay. Might be because I have this plugged up to this desktop. That might be what it is. Okay. Okay, who the course is for? Okay, who the course is for? Partners, spouses, people who are white collar, blue collar, good manager. Even if you're a guy who's been blue collar, now you want to switch to the manager position, this course can help you because this is how we did it. And literally, we had guys with 18 years experience working for us. If you guys follow my YouTube enough, you saw me when I was saying how I was ready to sell because we had 3 people working for us who all had teenagers who eventually would become what? They're integrators. They would help their papa do what? Have leads, run his business, have online presence. So, and we had a lot of foreigners work for us, but that's another story for another day. All right. So look, what are the problems with contractors? Y'all all know the problems. They're unreliable, horror stories, cousins, run off with stuff, handymen who disappear, phone turned off, bad service, no average in pricing. There's just like this wild west of handyman stories. Now you're gonna say, well, Erica, my business is a handyman. It's cleaning, it's painting. Is it again? I could probably dig into any industry and find horror stories. I'm just using that as a template. Okay. People are pretty much hustlers. They're not organized. They don't have any consistency. This is where you come in. Because the first thing someone's going to say was, well, why would he work for you? He already has the skills. Have you ever tried to get a contractor that's in the middle of a job to come by your house and just give you a quick quote? Have you ever tried to get a contractor to come by and look at something really quick and not charge you for it? No, because they're busy. They're either working or not working. And so what you have to develop here is a system where it's not, hey, I'll hear you back from you in 2-3 weeks, but a consistent system of someone's going to come out, give you an estimate, let you choose, no pressure, no upselling, and good quality business. So who would this work for? This will work for cleaning services, fencing, painting interior and exterior, mobile car wash, plumber, lawn care, moving company. We have somebody in the chat who is a repair company, repair appliance company. If Kamoy comes in, she has a service cleaning business running from her laptop, not even in the country. Okay. All right. So here we go. Why would you want to start a service business from your laptop? Low startup costs, flexible, competition is high. 50% of all small businesses are from their home. Many of them, the businesses you're going to see, you'll find something, but nothing consistent, right? Or you'll find there's not a way to pay online before they even get there. It's like a shot from the hip thing. So you're talking about who can be the most organized. The guy or girl who can be most organized wins. It's plain and simple, right? Same thing with YouTube and the Wow Us and social media. He who gets the most outreach wins. That's it. So something you need to take in mind is reading the ebook, The E-Myth Revisited. A lot of people are technicians and they can be wonderful technicians, but they're not business owners. I have a friend, he's been working for 30 years. Yes, he's old. He's about 55. Anyway, he's always had his own business, but he is the stereotypical guy that does such a beautiful job, but is never on schedule. He can never give you a real time. It's never completed on time. It always runs over budget. But people kind of put up with it because why? He stays in wealthier circles, and God bless him, he stayed in Austin all these years. So he can get away with it because the area needs it, right? So what you'll notice too in a lot of the industry, husband and wife teams are the ones who like just make it forever. It's a big point you see already in the course. 65 million local businesses have some online presence, maybe a Facebook here, maybe a Instagram there, maybe a few posts, but they're never consistent. Like you can literally go look and it'll be like a post from a year ago, or it'll be random photos. Just it's never consistent. So about out of this number of 65 million, 4 million actually take advantage of advertising. And that could be Google ads, that could be YouTube, that could be Facebook ads, that can be just about anything you can think of. Home Advisor, marketing on any of the Painters Pros, any of those. See if it go down. This is something to keep in your mind. I don't want you to get too like lost in it. We're gonna go through it. I'm gonna show y'all from the business I started it for in like 20 minutes. Startup costs, LLC. Again, this is my numbers for Texas. Please don't fall into the rabbit hole like, well, my state's 800. Like, calm down, take a deep breath, think about it. The numbers can be different. Okay. No, don't do it with a sole proprietor. Do it with an LLC. Okay. Website, $450. We got some wiggle room in there, but we'll talk about it. Business phone, $40. I will tell you right now, me and Andrew went to AT&T store, got us some cell phones, paid for them up for a year. I think we put $400 up down. So they'd pay for like $40 a month for like a year or something like that. Because that's the number one thing we hear about companies. Oh, I called their phone, it was disconnected. Or I did this and something was wrong. Business insurance, it was $70 a month. We got lucky, it was like $300 a year for the $1 million insurance, which you would like. Trust me, it's something you can say to clients, oh yeah, we have like $1 million insurance. You know, we're licensed and bonded. And like, I mean, people just go ham for that because there's just so many horror stories. Booking software, $125 a month. For the software we go over in class, yes. It is it's $125 a month. But there's other software, but just follow the steps and then we can tweak as we go. Marketing varies. HR platform, $6 a month with Gusto, or $100 a month with QuickBooks. Now, why am I saying $100 QuickBooks?
QuickBooks has some variance in price, but for what I've consistently seen, if I pay $100 or a little bit less a month, I can get paychecks, 1099s, I can get taxes, P&L, I can get all the stuff I need and not worry about it, access to stuff and just keep it moving. Contract labor, 20% or hourly. There's a conversation there and we will have it. Now, before I go, well, I'm gonna keep going because I have it set up, so I'll be okay. How to get workers. Contractors, we pay 60% from what we would do. We pay 60% of all the jobs we do. We will pay every Friday direct deposit. Why does this work? You can put it in the chat. No, just don't have to unmute yourself. Put it in the chat. Because contractors are used to getting paid. Sometimes they get paid Monday. Sometimes they get paid Tuesday. Sometimes when the job is done. Sometimes whenever, right? But if someone knows and has a little bit of discipline, that man, hey, we worked all week, we did this, hey, they're gonna pay us every Friday. You'll have some people still ask for an advance. Trust me, it happens. But 9 times out of 10, even though they want to be independent, like I work when I want to work, that Friday just got paid song is playing in their head. It works really well because you're providing consistency. There were several times me and Andrew, somebody's like, oh, we're too busy to work for y'all. 2 weeks later, they call us on the phone. Hey, y'all got anything this week? No, you said you were too busy to work for us. You had some big old job. This is going to be your life. This is why you need a separate phone. Don't take it personal. When they work, they work. When they think they found a better deal, they run off in the sun. It happens, and this is why I'm also pro employees over contractors, which you'll meet some people who completely disagree with me, and that's okay. All right. Why I like employees versus contractors. You may think I'm a control freak, but it is control, availability, brand building, relationship building. If I send Andrew, or we used to have a guy named Mike, and we sent him out, Mike was just like this sweet Texas boy. And he was 25, but he looked 19. And little old people would be like, well, can he come out and do this? Can he come out and do that? Can he come back and rake our leaves? Just the most random things in the world, just because he had a certain look, and he was always dressed in our shirt. He always wore clothes that fit, you name it. He just fit the brand well, point blank, period. He fit the brand well. He was clean cut, didn't have any tattoos. He just fit the brand well. He looked like a Texas boy off on college summers. Employee cons, having to come up with benefits. Every employee I've ever met in my life and interviewed, what's the benefits? What are you benefiting me? Man, I ain't got nothing for y'all. I ain't got nothing. Now, buying equipment. Now, something I will give y'all a heads up on, when we had the painters, we kind of lost control of the paintbrush situation. And I keep telling y'all, this is a horror story for us, even though people think I'm being exaggerated. We spent $2,000 in a year on paintbrushes. I don't know if they were eating them. I don't know if they were leaving them on sites. I don't know if they were just letting them out to dry. I don't know if they left them in the paint thinner too long. I don't know what was going on, but we were paying for all kind of brushes all the time. And it was just a ridiculous number. Now, granted, we made $360,000 that year. Why do I care that much about paintbrushes? It's a cost of equipment. And some of this was our contractors. They'd be at a site like, oh, or we drive by, oh man, we ain't got this or that. And you're like, come on, man. So then you go run over to Home Depot or Lowe's, but you want to kind of eliminate a lot of that. You want to make it just out of it's like, man, if I got to go get it, I'm gonna have to deduct some time and money, right? You want to make it de-incentivize people not to be asking you for crap. That's the best way to say it, right? So employee cons, you're having to train them, or they have a lack of skill. Usually with a contractor handyman that does his own thing, he has a good enough level of skill to be out there on his own that it saves you some of that. When you have to train somebody, what you're trying to do is train out bad behavior. That's the best way to say it. You're like something somebody learned off YouTube or they learned on the internet. And now you got to, hey, don't do it that way kind of conversation. Overhead costs, storage. Again, same thing with the paintbrushes. We kept a storage unit. Andrew kept some stuff in his garage at his house. When you have employees and not contractors, well, you can't just let them leave off with this giant spray gun. You can't just let them leave off with this thing. It was, what is it called? Gosh. It basically would crank, and it was our most expensive sprayer we've ever paid money for. And it was beautiful, but Andrew was like, yo, nobody can ever take this home, ever. And it's true. You needed to keep up with that. cover gas and mileage. We had one worker that lived in Buda, and y'all not native to Austin, but he lived in Buda, but a lot of the work we got was North Austin. So that was a straight 45-minute drive, period, every day. And as an employee, you know, we just incentivized him by saying, hey, we're going to chip in, I think it was like $50 a week in gas, because we were just so busy. We really didn't want to lose the person that had all this availability and would work whenever we said. He'd be up there at 8 a.m., regardless of Austin traffic, and he'd be there till 6, 7 o'clock at night if need be. He was a good worker. I have no complaints about Mike. Okay. This is part 2 of that. Now, again, hold on. I can't see the chat, so if you're saying something in the chat, I'm sorry, I can't see it. Again, this is part 2. I still like employees, but here it is. Contractors pros. Skilled, I'm not paying for mileage or gas because this is a 60-40 split. Low interaction, right? I don't have to sit there and ride their back. They usually my thing was take pictures when you're done, prove your work that you were done, right? Because if you didn't give me pictures, it didn't happen. That's just, I don't want to hear about your phone. I don't hear about any of that. You ain't got no pictures, I can't pay you, right? If the customer says you left footprints or you did something, prove you didn't. Take the pictures. Make it easy for yourself. So, and they really didn't want to be on the phone all the time with you. They'd be like, where am I going? Boom, boom, send me an email, text me, boom, done. And they would get on about their day. They pay for their own tools and expenses, can call when needed. That's the pros for contractors. Now here's the contractors' cons. There is no loyalty to your business. It's not uncommon for them to poach clients or upsell or different things. Lack or no availability. Sometimes they're your best friend. They calling y'all to, hey, what y'all doing? What we looking for this week? What we doing this week? And then sometimes you can't get them to answer the phone for 4 or 5 days. I don't know if they hang out with Big Booty Betty or what they doing, but they busy. Less control, right? If I ask them, hey, you need to do it this way. Well, no, I'm going to do it this way. This is quicker. This is faster. You know, you're paying me to do the job kind of conversations. And you have to sometimes go, all right, make sure you take pictures. And if it's messed up, you're going to go back. So yeah, do it your way. But, you know, we'd have to have some of those little ego chess moments. Have multiple clients. Sometimes they're at your job site rushing to get to the next job site. So you have to have conversations, kind of make sure, can try and take clients. Where to find employees or contractors. Put this down in your list. I'm going to go over to some other locations so you can see. Again, I started a business in like 20 minutes before class, and we'll go back and we'll walk through. But care.com, goodhire.com, indeed.com, ZipRecruiter, Craigslist. Woo, Craigslist is a crapshoot. Sometimes you get some good, sometimes you get some meth heads. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. Big conversation piece is uniforms, okay? Look at these 2 pictures. This man's shirt on the left says what? It says whatever. Now, on the back of his shirt, he talks about it, but it has like a Christian quote on the back of it. But if I drove up to my house and old boy's doing my yard in a giant neon yellow shirt that says whatever, I'm feeling some type of way, okay? Now, on the right-hand side, this is him wearing the shirt we actually want, which says Grandview Painting, Austin, Texas, our phone number. What you want to do is incentivize, like, do not go to a work site without your shirt. We give you plenty of shirts. Do not go to a work site without your shirt. Why is that? They're representing you. People feel more comfortable in the neighborhood. I cannot tell y'all how many times people are just so damn nosy. He would be working on the exterior of a house, and we'd get a phone call while he was on the job site. Hey, we're just trying to see what kind of services you guys have. Oh, where'd you hear it? Where would you hear about us? Or where'd you see us? Oh, you're across the street at my neighbor's house, and it looks like he's doing the fence, and I'm wondering if he can come over and quote the fence. So when I would be fussing about them continuously wearing the shirts, it was for good reason. Your neighbors are nosy, and they're the first people gonna call, right? Like, hey, can you come by and do this? Or we saw them on the roof, or we saw them cleaning the gutters, or we saw them doing random stuff. We'd like to call, you know, they call and ask. So wearing the team clothing is important. It gives customer comfort. And I'm gonna say this, and this is not to make people have anxiety. In this current climate, I would feel the most safe for me and my workers if they go to a house in a uniform. No holes in the shirts, no holes in the jeans. Like, there's no question what you're here for, right? There's no like neighbors being, oh my God, somebody's over there. Okay, well, the number's on the back of the shirt. What else did you think he was there for? There's a you know a magnet on the side of the car, or there's a magnet on the side of the truck. Like, you want to make it safe for them and you. So that's my 2 cents on that. I think it helps in the certain climate we're in. And even this picture right here on the right, he's literally boarding up a house that was half burnt through a fire. Did we have any fire stuff on our business? No. But the client just felt so comfortable with us. They're like, hey, we didn't know who else to call. Can you come board this whole house up? So we're you know, got the materials. We boarded up every single window, door, secured the place, charged them a lot for it, and also came back and cleaned up, hauled off junk. It was random, but again, people feel so comfortable with you. Do you do payroll weekly? Yes. Do you mandate khakis be worn with branded shirt like Grandview Freight or jeans? So in Texas, it's hard to say it, but like a lot of guys cover their legs, period. It could be 122 degrees outside. They're either going to have on jeans, which is very standard in Texas, or they're going to have on like Dickies. Why? You just never know. Grass, snakes, anything. They're not idiots. They know they need to cover their legs. I've only seen 1 or 2 guys doing an outdoor service in shorts. Rare. But my thing is just no holes in it, right? If you go to somebody's door and you knock on the door, I told Miss Claire that Mike was coming, but you're Carlos, and she don't know Carlos, right? 1, I need to apologize for her because I sent out a different person, and 2, you need to be in a uniform, period. It just helps. Like right now, I ordered about 50 of these dry golf shirts for the staff in the office. Why? Because sometimes I get tired of seeing them coming here looking raggedy. Put this shirt on. It's not a forced thing, but it's just it's like a bonus thing. It's your shirt to have, right? So again, there's a thing you can do. If you ever go to Office Depot, I would create little badges for them too. Andrew's the only one who would consistently keep up with it, but it was nothing to laminate a badge or go up to the desk and let them laminate a badge. And so somebody, you know, who is this guy? Is he here to service the house? Yeah, look, he's got a badge. He's got a shirt. He got a magnet on the truck, you know? It's that kind of thing. Anywhere. I mean, you can go on customink.com and get some t-shirts. You can go to your local t-shirt guy and get, like, as you see in that past picture right here, Andrew had on a regular t-shirt. He didn't have on one of the quick dries. Now, we did have quick dries, but since he was like the foreman on the job, he'd always have this one with blue jeans. That was his favorite. I had a black shirt because I was never working on anything. I just had a black shirt so people would notice me when I came on the site. All right, so what are some realistic numbers? I live in Texas, so I always take it with a caveat that some of y'all are in areas that are busier or slower. 100 grand to 300 grand a year is not unreasonable. Now, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, you're gonna make 6 figures right out the gate. No, we're already in the middle of summer. Summer is busy, it's hectic. You can make about 50K with the remainder of the year. I mean, if you switch it up in the fall and do snow and do whatever, like, you have options, right? 60-40 means you're walking with 40K, right? If you do 100K this year and you always break off your contractor 60%, you're gonna walk away with 40K this year for basically managing books, tracking leads, picking up the phone, asking, did they do a good job? Could you give us a review? And then here's a big thing. You can't give them the link to review. That's how Yelp catches you. And also HomeAdvisor gives them a call sometimes. Calls them. So you want to make sure you're communicating with them, and if need be, send somebody back out. So again, if you make 300,000, 60-40 means you make 120K for the year. Again, this is a big general number. You're going to have some taxes. You're going to have some other stuff in that equation, but that's the general, like, that's why you see some of these guys have these companies and they'll have a staff of 6 people for years and don't never change it. Yes, Annette Bailey, I do require for them to pay us. The rule of thumb of my company is you cannot pay the contractor whatsoever. No cash, no money, no nothing. And I would notice ladies would not, I mean, he'd be there and he'd have, so what we would do is a combination of, I'd send them a Stripe link or QuickBooks invoice. I do a couple different combinations of things. What I found was most easy for people, like if I'm sitting here, someone's paying for a $4,000 fence job, these older people would want to talk to me on the phone. They'd be like, and I'd be in Stripe. So I could easily email them a Stripe little invoice. They can just pay it over the internet. They don't got to talk to me, nothing. But some of these older people be like, I want to talk to someone. And so I would be on the phone with them, getting their card number, making sure they got a receipt. You want to make sure you train your customers to go, hey, we're going to send you that invoice before he's done. We're going to send you that invoice before it's completed. We're going to get that job paid for, preferably in advance. But when it comes to a lot of like handyman work or painting, you're going to get that paid towards the end. Like they ain't playing that way with you. So, all right. All right. So what we realized doing this is Andrew again with that. Again, this shirt is so gets on my nerves every day when I think about it because it says whatever in the front and it has a Christian thing on the back. I mean, you just never know who your house you're working at. And that's one of our workers. He actually lost 68 pounds working with us for over the summer. It was crazy. So his arms look real skinny in this picture because it's probably halfway through the year. We made more with fewer jobs, period. When you did a good job the first time, they called you and asked you if you could do other things, regardless if that's on your website, regardless if that's in your, like if you came and you did their fence, hey, do y'all do this? Or y'all know someone who do this? Why? Because it's so hard to get good help. Point blank period. It's very hard to get good help. And we made more money with fewer jobs. What we started doing is doing fencing. Why? HOAs would tear people up on fences, right? Fences be leaning, children in the backyard kicking stuff, dogs. Like we just made way more money on fencing. And towards the end of us working the 3.5 year mark, when I started realizing some of our handymen were getting older, the kids were going to take over their businesses, I was like, yo, Andrew, I'm going to focus more on YouTube and this other stuff I got going on, which was trucking eventually. And so he started just focusing on fences. And so he did about 50 fences one year, and I think did over 360 the next year just focusing on fences. Like the 1 or 2 painting jobs people would call us for, he would refer them out. Because fence is something easy to spot. You can be at one house, see another house, knock on the door, or, I mean, there's a lot of reasons. And when you go in a neighborhood and you have fencing on your truck or fencing you're taking apart, which probably solid 3 to 4 days, from what we've experienced is 3 to 4 days replacing fences. If you have a really big job, probably closer to 5 days. Neighbors are nosy. Again, we on the same stuff. Neighbors are nosy. Neighbors need their fence, or they see the number on the truck. They see the shirt you're wearing, and they're going to call like, hey, how much did you charge them for this? Right? A lot of that kind of conversation. A job shouldn't take longer than a week, depending on your service business. It shouldn't. Even in interior painting, we really try to appropriately quote the job. So when it comes to Q&A, we'll open it up and you'll tell me a little bit more what you're talking about. In terms of fencing, did you rent or outright purchase an auger for digging purposes? Man, when it comes to fencing, you eventually need to pay. You need to purchase, because like I've actually seen some beautiful work guys have done where they're just like boom, 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 boom. It's like a swimming team. The guy takes the little handsaw, comes across the fence, boom, peels off those first set of posts, boom, pulls up old stuff. I mean, it's like it can go fast. Now, here's what you have to learn and you have to understand, that most people don't have a ton of money. Most people don't have $4 to $6 grand to do a whole fence job repair. 9 times out of 10, they're calling you to fix a small piece of the fence. And the funny thing about it is because so many guys that are big companies completely ignore a little older lady calling about, a space of fence that she could have bought from Home Depot and put up herself. They just ain't gonna do that. But you have to really be honest right now. In America, the average person is not handy. They just ain't. Or if they watch HGTV, they start doing a project and mess it up. And then they call us and go, hey, we started a project and it became too much for us. So now not only do I have to send my guys out there to see what did you do and how do we have to go back and fix it. So those kind of conversations happen often. So like, again, we'd have elderly people, we'd have people with dogs. We just have people that were busy professionals. They did not want to go to Home Depot, buy a square part of fence and replace it. Or they would call you on the phone and say, well, this just needs this much fence replaced. Of course, we get out there and go, ma'am, if we just replace this part, we're going to call you. You're going to call us in 2 more weeks to replace this part and that part, this part and that part. Conversations were quite interesting. So again, single men, single women, there's a lot of single men and single women can't fix nothing, not even their hair. DUI gone wrong is a moneymaker. More folks stuck at home. It happens. Okay. You want to go where competition is high. Now, why is this? If competition is high, you have a high number of people who are just in it. Like prime example, roofing. I wouldn't mess with roofing for me myself unless I just knew a roofer that I could really depend on to start off the game with. But roofing is one of those things that, what do you need to be a roofer right now in Texas? A ladder, a hammer, and yourself. Like roofing is like the Wild West. But why is because it's so much competition and people literally drive down the road, be like, your roof is raggedy, your shingles is falling, I know you need roof repair. So any old, Joe can come to the door and be like, hey, I can quote you that for that roof patch up there. I can patch you a part of your roof. I mean, it's all kind of stuff people are doing out here. Hence, that's why the handyman term is so famous, right? Again, competition when it's high is better because you can call around for prices. You can see the demand in your city. You'll be able to find employees and you'll be able to find workers to work with, because if it's a lot of competition, somebody's not working all the time. So again, how to review the competition: Yelp, websites, Google them, call them, see the response time. This is the best way to do it. If you call somebody and say, hey, I have a fence that needs to be repaired, whatever, pick whatever item it is. See how long it takes them to call you back and when they think they can come by your house to check it out. That's how they do everybody. How they just did you is how they do everybody. I promise you. Go in some of these subdivisions where houses were 2006. They need a lot of repair now, especially in Texas. And it'd be small stuff. I would say, this will help you determine a base, right? You'll kind of say, what are people saying positive about them? What are people saying negative about them? If you see really, and keep in mind, you got some Karens out there in the world who are going to write a negative review about everything, even toast. So, but it'll give, if you keep seeing that they repeatedly are late, people ain't making that up on them. If you keep seeing there's no follow-up, that people aren't making that up. The number one thing we would get off Home Advisor, we would call people and we'd follow back up and they're like, thank you. No one ever called us back or not. I mean, they would have these like, that's the number one thing we'd hear. Nobody called us back. So lack of follow-up, lack of clear prices, lack of professional payment, way to pay. Ain't nobody trying to write you no check for you to go to the bank and be crazy. A lot of older people are not keeping a bunch of cash in their house, even if they are, and they're not giving it to you. And people are more comfortable with their debit card. They just are. Lack of proper equipment, right? I can't tell you how many times somebody called me, could we rent something? No, you the contractor. You the 60%. You go rent it. Service man looks messy. I can tell you right now, there is a wonderful Black guy. He does the cabinetry. He is a carpenter. I want to say that. Beautiful, nice. He has dreadlocks down his back. He always keeps them neat. I've never seen him not neat. And I remember someone saying he looked messy at a job site. So I go around the corner thinking, I'm about to see who this guy is. It was just him. He just had paint on his shirt from whatever job he did before. I know that sounds silly. I think it had more to do with his dreadlocks than it did his shirt. But when you come to a job site, depending how you come to a job site, sometimes people act a fool. That's all. So keep that in mind. If someone is caring enough or mad enough, they'll write a review and they'll be picky about it. I remember one time this guy quoted us some tree work. He had on a wife beater and sagging blue jeans. And I want to say, brother, please, a shirt, any shirt will do today. And he had the lowest price, but I just knew when I was like, this is how you come to quote, and you got your cousin sitting in the back of the pickup truck dressing all wild. Like, I don't know how to send you out to a job site and not hear some older lady say blah, blah, blah. Now, y'all may think I'm being harsh on this young man, but that's just it. You don't always have to be the lowest price. You have to present yourself well. Your price is your price. Now, they could have had years of tree experience, but the way they dressed and showed up, what am I thinking? This is some fly-by-night tree people. They're going to make this tree fall in the house. Do you have insurance? You're writing it to me on a piece of paper. It's just small stuff. It's small stuff, y'all. And that's my 2 cents on that. Okay, so here's some numbers just to give y'all some ideas of what we were working with. Painting on average is like $963 to $2,100. Trust me, that's low. In Austin, that's low. National average is $1,700. A high is 4,600. I would say here in Austin, Central Texas, I don't remember us quoting less than 3,000 for interior houses. Because in Texas, you have a lot of high walls, like the 10-foot ceiling kind of thing, or really high ceilings, like they would go all the way up to the roof, and you have the multiple windows up top. So this wasn't just painting a little bit. This was going to be ladders and all that good stuff. Overall, $1.50 to $3.50 square feet. Now, again, your city and your town may be different for various reasons. Check your numbers. Okay. Let's see. This is our fencing numbers. They might be different now, just a little bit, especially with the cost of iron. I'm pretty sure right now irons are higher than this. Okay, wood cost per linear foot was $12. Labor costs $12. Vinyl, and why is the labor cost so cheap? Man, vinyl, you're like, you out of there. I mean, you out of there so quick, it don't make no sense. Aluminum, steel. I'm sorry. Let me say that better. Vinyl, certain neighborhoods is only the neighborhoods you're gonna do that, but you can go really fast. It's not like wood where you have to actually have a little bit of a craft to it. Let me clarify that. Okay. So anyway, aluminum, steel. Again, these are jobs you're bidding. They're gonna be different. They might be ranches. They might be farms. You got a different concept here. Iron, same thing. Again, these are just some numbers. All right. So again, fencing prices range from 1,500 to 3,000 for the average yard. Again, you got to think about a lot of houses that you're seeing are in smaller yards. They've got like a 0.10% backyard, so small. So what do you think fencing guys are going to do? They're going to drive around what? Older neighborhoods with bigger yards and bigger fences with more potential to have what? Saggy fences. It happens all the time. All right. So national average cost is 1,800. Minimum cost is 200. Now, first thing somebody gonna say, well, Erica, you know, I can just go down the street and I can go get this piece and that piece from my fence and that from Home Depot and Lowe's. Well, why haven't you done it? Think about it. Why haven't you done it? You're busy and you don't know what you're doing. Point blank period. Your wife tired of looking at it. It ain't saving y'all no money. Let's do the real math here. Let's say you come and you just repair one side of the fence for $1,000. Who? Your wife is like, great, I can stun on my neighbors. What we would do is we would put, while we're there, we'd put a fence in the yard, a little banner sign, because Austin was being a little bit of a Nazi. And we put a banner sign in the yard and it would say Grandview Fencing, right? Because we had a couple different signs. We had remodeling, painting, fencing. We knew what we were doing. We'd stick it in the yard with the phone number. So what is neighbors doing when they walk around the neighborhood? They see you fixing this fence. They're calling that number. They're taking a picture of your sign. Now, they may not call you today, but they may call you in a month or two. There's a lot to why you don't ignore small fence jobs. Because if they see you repairing your neighbor's couple pieces of fence, trust, and painting the fence, I mean, it's a combination. So, okay, go here. Now, between fencing and, listen, everybody and their mama want to paint inside their house themselves lately. Do they do a good job? No. Usually what happens is they get tired or their kid has messed up a room and they want you to come back through and like white paint it all, kill paints it all. Okay. Fencing is easy because fencing is easy to spot. It sells really high in certain neighborhoods. Landlords, if you're lucky and you're in a neighborhood where it's got a lot of renters, you can pretty much call landlords and be like, oh yeah, I saw your fence was leaking, and you know, would you be interested in us going by and fixing your fence for your tenants? You know, how many people are like, oh dang, they got that fence looking bad, I'm gonna get a HOA. You know, they want to kind of get it done. Crime, fence is a deterrent from crime. I know y'all don't think so, but someone that has a fence down or fallen fence, it deters crime. A quality working fence deters crime. Dog rules, if you're in a city where if you don't have a fence, you have to put a leash on your dog. There's a lot of people in Austin will never put a leash on their dog. How dare you make them tie their dog up to a tree or something inhumane? So again, fence. You could ride around a neighborhood all day, quote, one neighborhood. If you hit a jackpot of a medium older neighborhood and it's summertime, you probably could knock on doors and quote all day. This is the same with this again, the same with roofing, lawn care, fencing, exterior work. It's easy to sell, it's easy to spot. Because we had a guy on our team. The guy I was telling you about that looks young. Anyway, so he would knock on doors while they were working because he had that young, college look, and most people would open the door. Again, now you got Ring doorbell, and people can talk to you through the Ring doorbell if they want to. So, now this is something. Don't quote me on it. Your state might have different rules. Don't be like, Erica told me to do this. Don't take it to court. That ain't gonna work. Okay. So look at your list of home and exterior repairs. Prime example, when we had a couple different people on the team walking and knocking doors, they write a list. Well, these houses look bad. They look like they needed a fence or painting or exterior painting. Well, another avenue was we had a wholesaler that would always call us and go, hey, y'all have any list of homes, looking a little rough? And they said it in such a way that was so smart. We'd be like, yeah, we have a list. We've seen a couple. And then, of course, we'd share them with him. Why? Because he wasn't another fencing and painting company. We weren't worried about him taking our deals that way. He was definitely going to go knock on their door and see if they want to sell their house. For sure. So, but again, some states may be like, how dare you? So right now, here's the funny part. Customer service is so bad in our industry that Andrew, who has not even been on a job site the past year, just sending our guys out and just calling and asking for nice reviews and if there's anything we can do, he won customer service award. I was getting ready to show y'all his Facebook, but I don't want him to beat me up. But he won customer service for Home Advisor award. And again, it's important. It matters. You share it, you post it out there. Hey, we've been winning, these different awards that Home Advisor makes up whenever they want to make up stuff. But how do you get more leads? Yelp, Thumbtack, Craigslist. Remember, Craigslist is people looking for cheap work. I don't know what Meth Head Chronicles go on Craigslist, but it happens. People want some cheap work. They want it done fast. It happens. Okay. These are the best leads, honestly. They ran out of energy. Painting took too much time. It cost too much. They're going to put 2 coats on the wall. It still don't look right. Fence job gone wrong. They just tried to stain it. It ain't looking right. They wanted you to come out and power wash it. And DUI done really. Those are the best leads because they were tired of messing with it. DUI gone wrong is the best because they already tired. They done did all this work. It's not worked, and now they can call you and get it off their back. Protocol. This is the protocol you're gonna have. You're gonna email from booking software. You're gonna get a high text to your contractors. You're gonna say, hey, who's available Tuesday, 10 to 2. Listen, 10 to 2 is the golden hour for everything. I don't know why. It just is. The kids are gone. They're not back from school yet. Your wife is actually there, gonna answer the door. She's gonna be up for real, not taking a nap. For whatever reason, it was the golden hour for work. And my phone would always ring at 2 p.m. Somebody trying to pay, or they opened their email, something's wrong. Basically, you inform them, hey, the customer would like you to come early or late or any particular arrival time and departure time. And you always make it arranged so then you can confirm with the client, hey, you should see Billy Bob Joe around 9:50 to 11, okay? And it should only take him 2 to 3 hours, right? Depending on what it was. If it was a small piece of fence, that's what it was, right? Confirm client satisfaction. Let me try again. Confirm client satisfaction via phone or text. I think it's important for you to call when you're first starting out, unless you're just dealing with a bunch of millennials or tenants. You can text, but you can also text SurveyMonkey. SurveyMonkey does a good job where you're just asking them like, hey, would you recommend these people? Da, da, da. Do you mind if we share this? At the end, it would say, would you mind if we share this? Boom. Charge client, avoid staff trying to collect money at all costs. At all costs. I don't care if the stripe is broken. I don't care. I will call the client myself and take the money. Never, ever let the contractor get the money. Never. Never, ever. Okay. So how Corona would change all this? More businesses because folks are home, y'all. These people is home. They tired of looking at the leaky stuff in their house, stuff that smells, stuff that's molded, the fence raggedy. They tired of looking at it. They need some new in their life. Okay. More business folks want to be comfortable while they're stuck at home and their kids are getting on their nerves. They want to put their kids in the backyard. Well, the fence is raggedy and they need the fence fixed so the kids can go to the backyard. I mean, it's all a cycle. You're going to have more families moving into one home, so things are going to need to be repaired more often. That's just more use, more repair. HOA infractions are going up all over the nation. You can look this up for yourself. Every article is saying the same thing. HOAs are acting crazy. They want to make sure the neighborhoods look nice. Being licensed, bonded, wearing masks, and being neat, you'll be a winner for Corona. So that's the big thing. So look, I'm gonna go hop over and stop this right here. Okay, and there's 40 of y'all in here now. Okay, let me get y'all over to here. Now, let me see if I can go through this and it don't look crazy. Okay. I'm trying to think the first one to do. All right, so if you've been in the class, let's start here. Yeah, let's start here. I like this. Let's start here. Okay. And it's Kamoy in here now. Kamoy's in here and Rochelle's in here. So I'm gonna get their complete feedback on their businesses because I think that's important for y'all to see that. Come on, share. There we go. Something you may see inside the course is this right here. It's called Business Name Generator. Okay, great. Does painting and fencing work when you have low demand in the winter? Craig, what we noticed in the winter was if a fence fell or snow issues, gutter issues, we would have people call us for like small things that would break in the winter. Also, you can change segments of your business, right? Luckily for us, we live in Texas. Texas has 10 years. I mean, like I'm joking, 10 months of sunshine, basically. We have 300 days of sunshine in Texas. So I'm not gonna lie, we're in a very blessed state for that. Arizona could say the same. Colorado has 300 days of sunshine, but they also have a lot of snow. So some of y'all, depending on what state you're in, you need to know that about yourself and kind of do that. Cameron, would you utilize VAs to call customers to confirm appointments and follow with contractors on availability? Actually, you can do a lot of this from text and also some of these sites booking their time. I would say the follow-up with customers, you can even put a text, put them on a text system where it says, hey, we're just reminding you of your scheduled maintenance, blah, 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 scheduled repair at this time. You could use a VA for that though, yes. I honestly have to tell you right now, if I went through with this business right now, I'd go put a guy, young guy or young girl, whatever one, over next door, and I would make sure they made sure the booking went through, they made sure payments went through, customers had issues, they've called them and talked to them, they worked on leads all day, they just worked on phones, right? Because 9 times out of 10, we'd call people from HomeAdvisor, hey, we could come by at this time, boom, okay. And by the time the contractor showed up, because we were the only person following up with calls, they would say yes. So for me, if I had to do this over again, would I want to sit on the phone personally and do it? Not right now. But if I was someone home and I don't want to go back to my job, I can make them phone calls. I can do it. But if you had to hire out, yes, you could hire out. I say hire a person because some of you people are like, hey, I'm just use a VA for everything. You can, but when you're first getting it up, getting your first reviews and your first push and traction, I'd want to use a live person to test out how fast is the response time of certain contractors, how well they're working, how much calls do you need? Because you're ginning up the business in the beginning. And really you're ginning it up in the beginning is like the reviews and that. Yes, this will be recorded and be inside the course. So this is something you'll see inside the course. It's called BNG, which is Business Name Generator. I literally sat here and typed in Central Texas Painter. And I clicked on this and I went for services, applied, right? So now, who is calling this office at this hour? Okay, so anyway, I went up here and immediately, this is what it gave me. Because a lot of people are just, first thing I said, Erica, I just don't know about the name. Like, stop. It should be services, company, or business. That's it. Like, stop going too deep in it. It should be what city you're in and what you do. Central Texas Painter. Now, you may say, Erica, that's too bland. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna scroll through here just to kind of see if I can give myself some kind of pizzazz. So what do I see here? I see Central Leader, Central Pros. That doesn't tell me anything about what I'm doing. Texas Key, maybe. Texas Key Services. What kind of services? Painter Complete. That's a little long, right? So you go through here, and some names are just awesome, and they're gonna be gone, right? Texas Hustle. I'd kind of stay away from anything that says hustle in it. You're building credibility. So Texas Prime Services, right? You could do a couple different things. Now, what did I do? I went down here, Central. Which one did I pick again? Uh-oh, I don't see it. Central AI, where'd it go? Y'all see now my eyeballs is cutting up now. Uh-oh, let me see. Central. Hold on a second. Well, before I start getting lost in the sauce, the reason I'm doing this is, okay, common, let's pick one so I can show you what I mean. Painter's Assist. Why am I doing this? First, I'm seeing if there's a website available. So painterassist.com is available. Why don't I like it? It's long. When somebody wants to go, if you're driving in traffic and someone sees your Painter Bold, right? Painterbold.com, right? Of course, painterbold.com, well, it's open. It's ready. It's open. You want it to be short, you want it to be noticeable, and you want it to be enough, the domain to be short. So it should make sense. It should be something you're doing. It should make sense, right? So let's go. None of these make sense. We'll go to one more. Did I move it? Where did it go? So I created this earlier today, so just like 20 minutes. Now I'm trying to find where I picked it out from. Dang it. All right, so look. I'm going to show you the name I picked, but anyway. Painter Grand could work. Painter Relief, right? Any of these. Any of these could work. Central Aid, Texas Bold. Again, make it make sense. Painter Trust. Now let's go up here and go Central Texas. Just Central Texas, right? And it's so bland when you type Central Texas, it give you a bunch of stuff that don't even make sense, right? Texas Fix, Texas Unity, Central Snap, Central Capital. These are really good to use. So look, A1, just A1, right? A1 is always going to be available in every city, every state. Now, to go on with it, so we don't be in here forever, I end up getting Central AI, right? So what is Central AI? I literally went, picked it, put it in namecheap.com, bought it, got the email for it really quickly, right? So again, we don't need that. Now, why did before I picked that, this is what I did. I went over here to Texas SOS entity. Y'all can do this at any of y'all states. And I went Central A, just to see who has Central A, right? Not a robot. And I went and searched, right? So if it told me there is no Central, whoops, it'll look like this when you do it. Okay, Central A robot, right? I searched. There's 221 entries. Redefine it. So then I went Central A1, which is really what I bought off the first site. Central A1 painting. Nope, there isn't one. That means that's great. I can take that. Central A services. Search. Oh, I can take that too, right? Now, Central A fencing. What am I doing here? Central A services is very generic, right? Now, let's say I want to niche it down and I want people to know I'm a particular thing. Now, first I look there, right? Now, what I'm gonna do is go over here. I'm gonna go to Google because I'm gonna find somebody who's using this name somewhere. So I put Central A1, right? Doesn't give me nothing. So I'll put Central A services. What pops up? Okay, look, Central service, Central A, like other people are using this. They like A1 service, right? Some variation of it. So what will I do? When I go on Google or I wanna, everyone said painting, boom. Only one or two people, one person's got Central A here in Austin with Google Maps. Look at this, I knew it. A1 painting of Houston, 23 photos, right? Again, go on Yelp, review your other people's, see what they doing, right? Nice painter, doesn't deliver a solid quality. Read the negatives and read the positives, because positives could be all cousins. Nicepainter.com. Let's see what he put up there. Yeah, see you later. We want to go. Right? So now we're looking at it. We're like, okay. Guess what? We're going to be A1 because we're in Austin and we don't care. Right? We're up here. Exit this. All right. So, whoops. Hold on. Oops. All right. I'm going to walk y'all through it for real. All right. So before I go to the getting leads, let me share the screen again. Come on, computer. Lisa, Lynn, you need to come back and watch it at the beginning. Let me see where you. See if I can share the screen. Come on. There we go. Okay, there we go, computer. Is it gonna do it? Oh, let me see. Okay, there we go. So I use the service launch27.com. There's other services, trust me. I put it inside the course. It's going to be theme pages. There's all kinds of stuff, but this one is nice because it allows booking. Now, some of the features. Online booking for your website. People want to be able to book and pay. They don't want to haggle with you. They don't want to talk with you. They don't want to get upselled. They just want to pay. Millennials don't be wanting to talk to people. They want to pay and get it over with. All right. So set credit cards right on your website. Now, I still like Stripe. I still like QuickBooks Invoice, all that stuff. But this does give you some flexibility and options. Recurring appointments. Integrate with your favorite apps. Stripe, QuickBooks, Quickity Books. Y'all know I love QuickBooks. Zapier, Google Calendar, right? All right. So I'll give you some examples. Appointment reminders. Boom. This takes care of a lot of what you're needing. Drag and drop job schedule, right? Analytics dashboard. You can measure what your business is doing. Is your business doing good? They're doing bad? Reoccurring? What's going on? I think this will help a lot of y'all in some of your nervousness. It's a 14-day free trial. I ain't making no money off selling this. I just want y'all to go ahead and check this out. Simplify a lot of your business growing issues. All right, so let me show you some of the examples of what they have. All right. So again, they got the maid service, right? I'm gonna start with the painting. So maid service. Lots of options for maid services, good stuff. Lawn care, right? So let's start with moving, just to start. All right, so you're up here. This is what it would look like on a desktop moving, right? You change some of those stuff. Okay, super nice, clean, easy. Put your cities in there, right? Sorry if I'm going too fast. Now let's see what it looked like on mobile, right? Because this is important. A lot of people book stuff from what? Their phone. They're booking from their phone again. Okay. Now, Kamoya, what's your time looking like? I don't want to just keep you trapped all night. I know you need to unmute yourself and let me know.
I'm good.
Oh, okay, just making sure. Listen, she's an international woman of travel. I don't want to ruin her time. Okay, so this is carpet cleaning. Again, another easy service business. You see it all the time. People booking. Even better, you can schedule it. Boom, schedule. Tell us about. Boom, name, last name, phone number, your service address, right? You're gonna go down here, carpets, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many carpets? How many rooms? Clean, protect, deodorize. Okay. Towel, furniture, area. When would you like us to come? 9 hours for $230. Anybody sign up for that? That's crazy. But anyway,
And how you capitalize like a cleaning business being under somebody like Coverall when they making the most of the profit?
type that up in the chat. We'll touch back on it. Because
All right.
this whole class is about you starting your own. Period. Like starting your own deal. Period. Like you're starting your own deal. You're putting this website together. You're managing the jobs and you're managing yourself. At the beginning of the video, I was saying it's going to be very hard for you to do the service and book and leads and follow up. It's possible, but you're going to wear yourself out.
This middleman's the millions.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay. And then, okay, so that was Happy Rugs. Let's switch it over to, somebody said, hey, car care, Erica. I want to be a mobile detailer. Right? Book, confirm, relax. It's about to go down, right? In your car. So let's see if we can book. Just give me an example. Okay. Booking page, of course. Car details, location, right? You want to be safe. See, if you don't got to collect cash when you go to somebody's job or location, it's safer for you and them. Phone, name, service address, apartment, right? Is it a small car, sedan, small truck, large truck, right? Let's just put large truck. Let's see what that do, right? We need odor remover, right? We want stain remover. Okay. Now again, it's just giving you this. Your numbers are going to be different from this. Again, what day would you like us to come? The 25th. What hours? PM or AM, right? I'm going to tell y'all right now, even if somebody, let's say every 2 weeks you come and clean their car, the average person is going to want to do 10 to 2. I don't know why, unless they have lunch break, 10 to 2. If they stuck at the house, this whole Rona thing, they want their cars clean, pollen season, winter, shoveling snow, cleaning it, whatever. This is what it looks like on mobile, right? Again, this is very important. Again, watch the video series on this inside the course. It'll help you a lot more than me kind of breezing through it right now. But boom, handyman service. Book a handy pro for $35 an hour. Okay. Right. So same deal. Happy clean faces. All right. So let's click. Let's book it. All right. Same deal again. Name. Are we doing pictures, furniture assembly, TV mounting, curtains and blinds, other services, wall repair, light fixtures, knobs and locks? I'm gonna tell you, TV mounting is like crazy. Again, time, date. Oh. Hey, Galaxy J2 phone. Mute yourself. Who is that? Okay. All right. Now, of course, again, booking it, book online. All right. Do y'all see how this could be useful to help some of y'all? I hope so. All right. So let me hop over. Now you're going to say, Erica, now let's say it again. Service, the name, phone, again, separate phone always, baby. Website, email. Again, I showed you I searched through the business name generator what was available. You can buy it from GoDaddy, but I always buy mine from Namecheap.com. Create the email. What are the name of the emails I'm going to create? I'm going to create support at centrala1.com, because that's what I ended up buying was Central A1, really short. People can't forget it, centrala1.com. Okay, now I can go on the website and say Central A1 services, Central A1 painting, all that other stuff. Now, I'm going to go in QuickBooks. I'm going to set up my business bank account. I'm going to make sure I get the LLC, Central A1, right? Now, then I need my lead source. What is my lead source? right? Because if I'm out here like, yeah, I'm gonna get ready to get hiring people. Okay, well, how you hiring people? You ain't got no work yet. Lead source. Prime example, Home Advisor Pro. I know you're gonna hear a lot of horror stories, but again, I use them to start and then stop. If you don't use them for a long time, then they come back and bring the price way back down. Like, hey, we'd love to work with you. Oh, how much is that lead? It's gonna be $20. Good. Okay. So most popular on here, Fencing Pro. Stop. Gutter Pro, HVAC Pro, installation, masonry, plumber, remodeler, roofing, siding, tree services, window and door, all services. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So now let's say I go in there. Solar Pro, pools, home media. That means mountain stuff, audio. So I'm gonna click handyman. I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna click get started. Right. 494 handyman opportunities just like this one submitted this month. Okay. Create your free account. Look at that. Spanish is my preferred language. Again, hold on. Oh, let me think of, I gotta think of which number to put on here just for kicks and giggles. Hold on a second. Erica. Williams phone number. I'm gonna give him my other phone. Okay. Email is support@central a1 of course.com. Password, make something up. All right. Okay, make sure it's green again. And no, that's not Rona. Oh no. Stop it, computer. So the person that came in late and asked how we determine prices, go back and watch it when it comes back on, when it's done uploading, because we talked about how to compare prices. So this is Home Advisor Pro. Congratulations, you joined. We'll give you a call in the next 10 minutes. We'll need to approve your account before receiving leads. Why? What are they gonna check on? See if you got home insurance, see all kind of stuff. Can't wait, call us first. They're gonna want you to download the app. They would love for you to download the app, right? So hold on. Go through. All right. Hold on, let me get back in here. Log in. Of course, you pooty poop. Of course, I started this new one and I'm gonna have to either call them and verify real quick. Hold on. All right. I might call Andrew, see if he'll let me give his login. All right, so Home Advisor Pro, Lead Center, reviews, my profile, tools and article, right? Marketplace. See what projects consumers need completed in your area right now. Okay. So again, your profile is going to be here. Your reviews that when Home Advisor calls and asks if you did a great job are going to be here. Again, Lead Center, it's important. Now, let me see if I get Andrews. Okay. Maybe he respond lucky for lucky. So anyway, on here, and I may come back and do a video up on this once they approve my thing. You come in here, Lead Center, it's going to talk about leads that are going to be like, when it first started, they're going to say like $5 to $15. The more leads you get from here, they're going to start saying $25, $40. Now you have to do the math. If you're only going to get paid $100 or $300 from a job, you don't want Home Advisor taking too much cuts. So what I would tell people, just to get started, get your foot in the door, get a couple leads from Home Advisor. Now, once people start seeing your sign in the yard, You get your list of 150 people that you refer yourself to. You start looking in different lead sources, not just HomeAdvisor. There's other lead sources out there like Painters Pro. There's a lot of places you can put your information, and also Google AdWords. You're going to try to draw the traffic in. Now, you may say, whoa, Erica, whoa. Before I go to HomeAdvisor, don't I need insurance? Yes, you do. Hiscox is a great place.
Man, what the fuck you talking about?
Hold on.
No,
All right, he
I
out.
went in the house looking for it.
He gone. I don't know who that was, but he gone. Okay, that's too much. Y'all doing too much in the background. Too damn much. All right, so Hiscox insurance. You're gonna need small business insurance. I'm gonna tell you right now, the easiest way is, I'm gonna say $1 million insurance, but here, let's just walk it through real quick. Get a quote. Trying to get it so they don't call me. Texas. Okay. Look what it's got. Choices: acupuncture services, advertising, air conditioning, answering paging services, appliance. It's a lot. Trust me, I'm about to go through. Let's see. Barbecue truck trailer operator, y'all. Listen, that there's a insurance knows you out here doing business. They gonna try. Okay. Bookkeeping, brand consultant. Come on now, come with it. Business consulting, business manager services. Now we're gonna go with see if I can get down more. Coffee/donut cart operator, y'all. Nope. Credit counseling. That's a whole nother conversation. Digital marketing, direct marketing, door and window installation, drywall, wallboard installation repair. I'm gonna go with, I know it's in here. Let me see, hold on. But just in case somebody ever tells you they can't find insurance for their particular thing, don't even try it. Here you go. Handyman, no roof work. See that? No roof work. Let's just do that. Get a quote, right? We just see if it still let me do the easy way. Oh, I guess it ain't gonna let me do the easy way. Oh, yeah. Okay. So again, general liability, injury to third party, not resulting from your services, legal defense, even if lawsuit is groundless, liability resulting from damage to someone else's property, liability of loss of clients' electronic data. This is very important. Loss of clients' electronic data. Someone did a breach on your computer, hacked your information. Actions of temporary staff covered as standard. This is very important. Why? A lot of y'all gonna be using contractors. All right, so again, click it. Continue. Fill out your information. I am not doing this at this moment. I'm gonna fill out all this. Policy for everything. Yep, that's insurance for you. Yeah. Is that E&O workers' comp? Yes. When you go through here, yes. They are good. But yeah, insurance for the barbecue guy. Exactly, right? So you're gonna go through here and they're gonna ask you questions about your business, application summary, payment details. I'm gonna tell you right now, the average insurance is for like $1 million is less than $400. It's even cheaper. Sometimes you can do monthly for $70 a month. Okay. Now, why are we talking about insurance? Again, this is your best one. This is honestly your best one. But there are other insurance that you could recommend, but E&O insurance, workman's comp, yeah. Because when you start trying to go to State Farm and Allstate and, you name it, they are not going to be the cheapest. I hate to say it that way. That's not the word I want to use. They're going to want more detail from you. This is an easy way to start. And it covers your bases. So when you're on HomeAdvisor, of course I have insurance. Of course I'm insured. Who wouldn't be insured starting a business, right? So that's some of that. But now I would love for Kamoy. I'm gonna start with Kamoy and then I'll go Rochelle. Is that okay, Rochelle? Kamoy, can you detail for us if you're there, if you can unmute yourself? This hair is wow, y'all. Okay, Kamoy?
Yeah. Hey guys.
Okay. Did you want to be on camera or no? You don't have to.
Hold on. Okay. There we are.
Okay, I'm trying to find you in the little slide board. Oh, there you are. I see it now. I'm gonna put it on Kamoy. And Kamoy, you know, listen, you doing it all. You're doing it all, girl. But tell us, tell us how
Um,
you have a cleaning business clear across the world and you're not even there.
yeah, so I just did this as a 2020 challenge. So it wasn't even something I was taking serious, to be honest. I just wanted to see if I could do it. So I spent like an hour hour and a half every night, like around 9 p.m., just doing step by step, implementing, everything that Erica talked about in this presentation is exactly what I did, step by step. And it took me a little bit over 30 days. I'm sure if you spent more time on it, then you could get it done faster. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I'll just try and see if I could start a cleaning business. I would say there are definitely some of the other service business would be a better bet as far as profit wise and like the spread between, how much you're bringing in and how much you're going to pay the contractor. But yeah, I just decided to try it. I decided to try in a very competitive area in DC, which is crazy. And also, I didn't know that we were going to have a pandemic. So a lot of people were very concerned with, justifiably so, about having cleaners in their home. So this was something, like I said, I did it on the side at night. And in 3 months, we served 25 customers. So for me, that's a win. I mean, it's not like anything to, talk to mama about, but, this month we've doubled that. So, people are getting more comfortable with having cleaners in their home. But I would say, all of the exterior services that Erica mentioned, I think those will do really, really well because you're not really inside somebody's home and they're not, a little iffy about that. Plus you get more money per job. So what would I say? I mean, literally everything Erica did, like literally I followed every step. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I've done it while here in Mexico. Um, I use 2 VAs right now. So one VA is to respond to leads, and another VA is to kind of work with the cleaners and making sure that they're actually available for the jobs. So scheduling can be a little bit tricky, especially when people cancel at the last minute or maybe a cleaner is not available. I am thinking about doing employees for that reason. But right now I have independent contractors. So I've never actually hired a full-time employee, so I have to do some more research to see what that entails. But it's very possible to do this stuff. But yeah, I would say definitely. So one of my VAs is in Jamaica and the other one is in the Philippines. I found them on Upwork. I would say in the beginning, I hired a virtual assistant agency and they were doing everything like phones, talking to customers, following up with customers, but I actually did not like it. So I decided to hire my own VAs, and just like how I explained it, one to focus on customers and another one to focus on cleaners, I think, or whatever your, provider is. Let's say you're dealing with handyman or painters or whomever you're working with, lawn care people, like have somebody deal with your provider, your service providers. So that way it's like a professional experience for the customer and a professional experience for the person that's doing the work, the provider. What else? Just like Erica said, start doing it yourself, start answering calls, start responding to leads, and then that will help you to come up with templates and like how you want to respond to customers. You could test out different forms of copy to see like what converts better. I could tell you right now, the phone converts better. So you want to like have scripts prepared, like how you want the person to answer calls, how you want them to deal with difficult customers, how you want them to deal with scheduling issues, that sort of thing. So have those templates ready, and then it will be a breeze when it comes to hiring your own virtual assistant if you started doing it yourself. But you could try hiring an experienced virtual assistant and then make the tweaks as you go. But yeah, I just, whatever service you do, I say just go ahead and get started. Do a little bit each day. And if I can do it in a competitive market in the middle of freaking Corona, like you guys could do it now, especially now that people are, for whatever reason, they're more comfortable with this damn pandemic. But now that people are, you know, open to having people
We
work
outside.
for them, be outside,
We
then I
outside.
feel like, yeah, especially in Texas or whatever city you're in, if you're doing anything on the outside, like you could make a killing. Because with cleaning, you know, you could make like a couple $100 per job, but with the fencing and the painting, that's hundreds and thousands if possible. So I would say if I were to start another service business, I would do something more along those lines. So anybody have any questions? I mean, literally everything that Erica put out in that presentation is what you should do. But if you have any questions, let me know.
If you guys have questions, now's a great time to unmute yourself and ask.
Kamoy, this is Mentor Shelly. Did you start doing lead generation yourself, or did the VAs handle that for you?
Oh, yeah, so that's a good question. So just like Erica posted, Home Advisor, I started out with Thumbtack and Home Advisor. I found Home Advisor to be expensive for a cleaning business. Now for, like I said, the services that have a higher profit margin, I would say Home Advisor is really good because they vet all of their, you could put your company on Home Advisor. So they vet you, you know, they make sure you have a good background check and everything. So those are good leads, but they're expensive for a cleaning business. I would say use them for the more expensive services. And then I started out with Thumbtack. There's also another service called Bark, like bark as a dog. That's another service you can use to get leads. And then also there's Yelp, which everybody knows, but I think Yelp is very competitive. And also
Yelp
I
can
don't
be
know what is
expensive.
going on with the team at Yelp. The people at Yelp, they are so, I don't know, they're just so aggressive, y'all. So if you, I don't know, Bark people, the people that work at Bark are so nice. Like, it's just a whole different experience, and they bring you leads every single day. You know, it's transparent. It's just a completely different experience. So I would recommend getting yourself on Bark. You don't even have to have reviews to do well on Bark. So I feel like on Yelp, you have to get those reviews up to compete with everybody else that's been on there for years. But with Bark, like, I don't know how they do it. I think they're a company based somewhere in the UK. But I don't know what they do, but their whole work culture, the leads that they bring, how they operate their business. After you've been with them for a while, they give you like 50% off leads. So I would highly recommend putting your business on Bark. Okay, let's see. With Bark, hold on, let me see what the question is. Are the clients paying you first, or is it? Yeah, so with Bark, again, like I said, so you pay for the leads. You pay to actually contact them. Oh, and that's the other thing I like about Bark is that you get the customer's email and phone number. Yelp does, I don't think Yelp gives you their contact information. So you pay for the leads with Bark, and then they come to your site and pay you for your service. So if you use Launch 27 or whatever booking service, the way that I do it is that I only charge customers after the service is done, but we take their credit card information up front. So they have to use their credit card to book. So hopefully that makes sense. How soon did you get? Right away, man. You guys know me. I'm doing all kind of things. I'm doing all kind of things. So I would say get a VA as soon as possible.
I
If
will
you
not
can.
start another business without someone delegated immediately.
For real. Facts. Okay,
Y'all,
I think
seriously, y'all better blow Kamoy up with these questions. Look, I put Bark on the screen, I put Thumbtack on the screen. This is good, lower, cheap option, especially if you get their email. Because, you know, some people, oh, I thought I was going to do it, but I'm not. Again, this is a nice website. Home and gardening, weddings, events, health and well-being. Watch. And y'all,
yeah.
they're going to get off here and they're going to have questions.
Okay.
Wait, somebody has a question.
Somebody said, what is a good rate to pay? So just like Erica said, I do 60-40. So the cleaners get 60%. How many employees? So I don't have employees. I have independent contractors, and I started with one.
I think they said how much you pay your VA.
Oh, the VA. So y'all, I didn't even know Jamaica. I don't know Jamaica was that. They're basically the same rate as Philippines. So anywhere from $4 to $10 an hour. So I found them on Upwork.
The scripts that you would use for your VA, is that something you created, or you found like a website that just had some blank scripts to give to your VA?
I came up with them. And some experienced VAs, you'll find that they already have scripts and stuff, and you could just tweak it to, you know, what works best for you. So you could do your research and come up with your own. You could try it yourself. And I would recommend, so let's say if you guys are starting let's say somebody's starting a fencing company, I would encourage you to call your competitors and see how they answer the phone. How did I get my contractors? Referrals. So that's why I started in DC, because that's where I lived and I knew, you know, my bougie friends and stuff have cleaners. So I hired one of their cleaners, and I also hired cleaners off of Home Advisor and Thumbtack, believe it or not. Because what's so crazy is if you run your business well, other competitors wouldn't mind actually working for you if you know how, because a lot of these people don't invest in generating leads, they don't invest in customer service, right? So they just do the job and hope that, you know, that will grow their business. But I've definitely hired other cleaners off of Home Advisor and Thumbtack. So I have like a network going right now. Did I interview them? Honestly, not the first one, because like I said, I knew her from my bougie friends. They all lived in the same, so just like what Erica was saying, in like neighborhoods, contractors use the same, neighbors use the same contractors. So all of my friends live in this one neighborhood in DC, and they all use the same paint guy. They all use the same cleaner. They all use the same, I forgot what else he does, but yeah. So I did not interview. Well, I didn't really do a full-on interview. I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna get you some jobs. Are you available to do these jobs? And she was like, yeah. I said, okay, let's give it a try. So, and she loves it because all of them love it because I'm the one bringing them customers. So they don't have to do the work of finding their own customers. I'm just fielding them customers, and they're happy with the 60-40 split. Which came first? VA contractors came first. Okay, I think that's all the questions.
Listen, thank you.
Oh wait, I'm
Oh,
seeing some more. Hold on.
okay.
Do you think that will, yes, plumbers for sure. Oh my gosh, you would make bank with plumbers because they charge
Arm and a leg.
like $200 just to even come to the house, let alone do anything. Yeah, plumbers would be amazing. So when I started, my hours, my days and hours were based on when my cleaner was available. So my one cleaner, she was like, I don't work on Wednesdays and Sundays. So I didn't have any openings for people to book on Wednesdays and Sundays. So like I said, this was just an experiment for me. So I wasn't trying to go crazy with it. So it just kind of, it just depends. If you have a strong network of contractors and they're all available, then you could be operating all day, every day.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is y'all little red wagon. You can push it or pull it. You can literally do this after work hours. You can have your VA doing a lot of the work for you. My goal is 6 figures. Why? Because I feel like the service is bigger. The numbers for me, now I know maid work is a little bit cheaper, but when you're talking about, honestly, a $6,000 fence repair, like replacing the whole fence in a $6,000, okay, if we do one of those a week,
Yeah.
you know, you're talking about
Yeah.
24K a month, and you're talking about 10 months of summer in Texas. There's a reason people pick fences, right? Or even if you go cheaper, let's say they get you down to $3 grand, they haggling you down, or it's a smaller yard, 3,000. You better get in and out of there in less than 3 days. 3,000 for the fence, 3,000 per week, okay? Times 4, that's 12 grand. 12 grand times 10 months out of the year. I'm just doing the 10, keeping it simple. $120,000. Okay, you're 60/40. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's some
Yeah,
of
I
it's the
mean, I
math.
would definitely, yeah, if I were to start over, I would definitely go with something like fencing or lawn care or painting or something, because the profit margin is just crazy. So yeah. Let's see.
Someone put it in there, but you made it private to me only. So I'm gonna read it, and just I'm gonna read it to Kamoy. I'd like to start a garden business. I'd be training my guys on how to build the garden beds and plant the trees. Here in Texas, you can literally garden year round. So how would I set up my prices to do a consult to plan for spring garden, fall, winter cleanup? What's your thoughts on that, Kamoy?
What? Wait, let me read the question again. So landscaping?
That's how I'm looking at it. Unmute yourself, M. Because you sent it to me privately. You didn't send it to the whole group.
And then for the person who's asking, do they bring their own cleaning supplies? The answer is yes.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was just saying like for like vegetable gardening and planting fruit trees and stuff, like, you know, here in Texas and Louisiana, you can have year-round gardening. So it's like planning, how do you do set up consults to plan for the spring garden, plan for the fall garden, and also plan for like winter cleanup as far as like raking the leaves, cleaning the beds, and that type of stuff.
So I guess you would have to set up your services according to the seasons.
Gotcha.
So like now, if now is the time, okay, so maybe your products or the options that the person would have is whatever plants and foods grow during the summer, then that is what you would offer for summer. And then when fall is about to roll around, whatever flowers or foods, you know, grow during that season, then you offer those. So you would have to, oh, that's another thing is to email. So depending on what service you guys are offering, like you could email your customers now and say, hey, you know, we have our summer collection available. Or, you know, and then at the end of August, you could say, all right, fall is coming. These are the plants you should have, the trees you should have, and fruits you should have, or whatever, and then just market to them your new offering. So that would be really good because you're offering something new every season.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you.
I would do a lot of photos and a lot of Instagram, and I'd be in Let Go and Next Door. I'd be in Wealthy Mom Neighborhoods, Organic Garden Conversation. I'd have a blog about it. I'd pay Kamoy Services for some blogging on it with the pictures I take. Right now, I just clicked on Bark right now for gardening. Right, it says maintain an existing garden, replace an existing garden, create a new one, and it was showing 32 people had just clicked on these services to look for it.
Oh, and also I would
Okay,
just
thank
walk
you.
around Home Depot and Lowe's, like walk around the outside area. That's where a lot of people are shopping for plants and stuff. So you could just kind of get some customers there. And I think
I'd wear my shirt that said like Exquisite Gardens or
right.
Edible Gardens. People love that. People want to act like they doing. I mean, there's a guy in North Carolina. He does the crazy head pumpkins. Like he has the molds, and he'll come to your house, set it up, and then put the mold on the pumpkin so you don't kill it. Because most people don't know what they're doing when they try to put the mold on.
Facebook ads would do well too, because everybody started a garden during this quarantine. So
Victory
I
Garden.
feel like you would reach a lot of people on Facebook.
Right, and I put a few videos on Facebook, but I just gotta do more.
Okay, I think that's all the questions for me though, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody said mobile truck washing. For sure. You already know I'm thinking about that.
Well, I mean, I can tell you right now with mobile truck washing, the guy, he's charging me $80. He's busy. Every time I come and see him on Saturday, he's already got 10 or 12 lined up. He always does me the next morning. So it's a Saturday weekend thing. The cleaner of the truck, again, the guys don't get stopped as much. It's a pride thing. It's a combination. But you'd have to do what? Visit yards, the truck yards that house the trucks. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna literally
or truck or fleet owners like Erica.
So right now,
because every time, because the turnover rate is so high, and every time a new driver comes in, you want them to have a clean truck. So I would say offer that service to fleet owners.
I pay a guy $80 every time a guy gets out my truck. He'll clean it up. He'll throw the mattress out. He'll kind of fabuloso the seats and all that good stuff and clean it up, because it's everyday driving, spilling soda, spilling food. It's just you can tell when the truck's sticky, dirty, or
right
out of it. So okay, so thank you, Kamoy. I thank you for validating what I was saying. Hey, I appreciate you. And you use Launch 27, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you start using something cooler or better, you let us know, okay? And then Rochelle, were you ready? Kamoy's got to get back to her international spotlight living. Were you out here, Rochelle? Were you out here? Were you ready? Unmute yourself. Oh, she not in here? Did she go home? Where did she go?
Hey, Erica, can you hear me?
I sure can.
I'm sorry, I'm with one of my subcontractors. I'm stopping to grab a compressor. I'm sorry, I was home earlier, but I had to jump in the truck real quick. So I'm available. I just had to disconnect you from the car.
Okay, we'll talk to us, so we don't want to take up too much of your time.
Okay.
Give us a rundown of your business.
Yeah, this is just the stuff that comes with business ownership, the drama. All right, so I'm waiting on, okay, let me hold on one second. I want to kind of move out of the way. I'm in a parking lot right now. All right, so a rundown on my business is, I started my business in November of last year. And I started on the marine side with appliances. At the time, I was working a 6-figure corporate job, and I was trying to get off the corporate plantation in automotive. So I was trying to transition into a space where I could use my technical skill set and management. And I'm sorry, you guys, because I'm moving as I'm talking. I'll be able to park here shortly. And so I chose appliance repair because that is an extremely profitable business, and every home has 2 or 3 different appliances. So I started with marine. I started with boats. The reason I started there was because I'm also big about niches. Can you still hear me, Erica?
I mute myself so you can talk. It's your platform, baby. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I started with on the marine side because I'm in South Florida. I had a connection to a lot of the marinas and things like that. So I started there because I found out that there was an issue with them finding people to service the appliances on boats. So I started there, honed out that niche, and from there I'm going into, I deal with a lot of commercial. Yeah, that's good, guys. I'm actually on an interview right now. I'm on a Zoom call, so thank you, appreciate it. All right, we good. Be blessed. Don't hurt nobody. All right, I'm back, guys. So I started there, and from that I went on to I deal with residential and commercial. I currently have 6 technicians that work for me, and I also have 4 subcontractors that specialize, because what I'm trying to do is hone into certain markets and exploit those markets.
Got a little bit of beeping noise, but it's okay.
Oh, don't worry, I'm getting ready to park and stop it right now. I apologize if I can actually have a real conversation.
She's like, what providers do you recommend for learning appliance repair?
Well, there are different things. I mean, I got my basic training directly from Appliance Boot Camp with Mr. Michael Sneed and JT. The reason I went that route was because he originally offered a course. He offered a online course at the time, which was like $1,000. I wanted to go do the hands-on too, but I could never get away from my job. So I dove into the online course, and then I went and took the hands-on just so I could master the craft. And since I'm naturally technical, it was an easy transition for me. Actually, when I went to the class, they thought I was a spy because I go in and, pull a tub out of a dryer, or, I do the mechanical and sit down, and then I'm on my surface. But I was actually creating my LLC and structuring my business at the time underneath the holding company that I had already formed, because I'm all about layering my businesses and structure. But I would recommend him. Once you do Sneed, though, the next person I would highly recommend, would be Samurai Repairman, which is the gentleman that has this course through Appliantology. He is the absolute best, in my opinion, in the game, because he focuses on schematics and diagnostics. And if you know anything about business and anything technical, you know that the money is in the number one, diagnosing it properly the first time and diagnosing it in record time. And the way that he teaches from a schematic point of view and an electronics point of view. Because as our appliances move into the future, and currently now, they're really controlled by the same thing your smartphone is controlled with, which is microprocessors. So my goal with my business is my goal is to be in connected appliances. I'm really big about gathering data. So as I move through my business, I hone my data as far as the type of client and customer that I prefer to work with, my sweet spot, so I can achieve maximum profit per ticket item. Like, I'm really big into key performance indicators. All these things are brought over from my corporate position.
Kamoy said, how do you get leads for your appliance repair?
Okay, so my initial leads is because my initial leads actually came from places like the warranty companies. You'll notice that if you go through a Blinds boot camp, Mr. Sneed is a big proponent of you starting with warranty companies. Now there's several options. You have the home warranty companies. So like when you buy a new house, you warranty everything in the house with this particular warranty, whether it be Old Republic, 210, Sears has a warranty company called Cinch. Best Buy, Home Depot, Lowe's, they all have these warranty companies. And what they do is they commission technicians. You have to go through a process. They commission technicians to go out and service these vehicles. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I run into that. You'll hear me say vehicle a lot because I've been doing that for like 30 years. But to service these appliances, so they'll pull you, they'll send you an email or call you, see if you can service this appliance. You go out to the customer's house, and that's kind of how a lot of the guys learn who get into the game new. They go and they really work on these appliances. And if you join Appliantology, you have access to the fast track and all the service manuals. It's not as difficult as people think, but you have to hone in and focus on it. It's kind of just like with Kamoy when she teaches that class about that technical writing. Is like if you focus on a skill set and just become the best at it, you can do anything. But that's how you get into it. And now my leads, I got it from, a lot of my leads came, those customers that I did warranty work, they became my COD customers. Also, I got leads from like Home Depot. When people were running the other way during COVID, a lot of the people were coming out of the appliance repair business in fear of going into people's homes. I just made sure my guys were zooted and suited with PPE equipment, and we just dove in. And so those gaps opened the door for me to go into people's homes through something called Home Depot Pro Referral. So if you go to Home Depot, call Home Depot, and you need a repair done, they will send your information to me. I'll call you. Very similar to Thumbtack. I also use Thumbtack and Home Depot. And of course, Lowe's. That's where I get a majority of my leads from. Now, when I set up my business, I also set up a website. So I have several leads through SEO from my website too.
What's your website?
LaserAppliance.com. When you open up the website, it shows, you'll see a yacht. It starts out with marine services and it kind of goes. And I had a gentleman on Fiverr, some novice, and I kind of manipulated him through the process of how I wanted it to look. Send him examples. It's not perfect, but it's up and it works. It is, people who look at it at a glance, they're really impressed. But if you really look through the details, you might catch a couple of errors.
You said Laser Appliance. Okay, that's you. Okay.
Ain't it gorgeous? That's it.
Good job, girl.
Yeah, girl. Hey, it's the illusion. But still a work in progress.
Designed by, no, Robert didn't put his email down there, his Gmail. Designed by Robert.
You gotta get paid too, boo.
Yeah. If you want to copy this website, call Robert.
Exactly. Robert is the go-to on Fiverr. Great guy.
So how long did it take you to get your business started up, like time-wise, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks?
Yeah, no, it took me less than 30 days, if that. Because it's such a demand. It's just like anything else in the trades. You know that there's a drought, and just wide open. Like the guy my subcontractor, he just left Sears, and Sears is starving for techs, and he's not going back, and but at the same time, he doesn't want to start his own business. I just did, I have a YouTube channel called Solid Steps to Wealth. And so I just did a video about stop trying to make your employees entrepreneurs, stop treating your employees like they're entrepreneurs, because that's a whole different conversation.
It's a whole different mindset.
Yeah, exactly. He has the skill set, but he doesn't want the responsibility. Some people are used to that check every week, and they will allow a job to pay them enough to forget their dreams. But that's another conversation.
But listen, girl, it's the same with trucking. You know, these people, I'm the boss, I do whatever. No, you don't. You want to go home every
You wanna
Friday with a paycheck. Same thing with these contractors. You want to just get paid every Friday and do bare minimum. Let's just keep it above. Who save that lip talking for somebody that ain't believing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
and listen, everybody got to get in where they fit in. Everybody is not meant to be a business owner, but you better have skills that allow you to move and shape through different careers. I'll tell you that, right? Kamoy is a tech writer. She ain't in the office. She's selling courses. She's doing this. She got other business she starts. People who are watching my channel, you probably have some level of want to start your own deal. And my thing is, I'm trying to get y'all over the fear. Because once you start one thing, you realize, man, all having a business is leads, a place for them to pay, and following up and getting reviews and getting testimonials. However you want to label it or term it, those three things. Getting leads, a place for them to pay, reviews, testimonials. It's these are simple steps. Kamoy is literally in another country, y'all. And DC is what? DC is busy, period. I'm telling y'all. So, if you didn't know what you know right now, Rochelle, like if you didn't have any like experience, do you think you could go into appliance repair if you had one or two good contractors?
Oh yeah, contractors all day long, but you better be ready. I would tell you this state. Let me tell you something. While I'm out here gathering data, this is what I'm doing now. I'm having him create 2 websites for me.
Mm-hmm.
Icemaker.com and dryrepair.com, because those are the 2 simplest things to work on that are high profit. Believe it or not, and anybody can do it. The reason is sealed systems like the compressors. It's just that's a different dynamic. Like I sold a ticket this morning for $1,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy I just picked that compressor up from, he told me earlier today he
Oh, you cut out.
could do it. Then he said, "Oh, I turned my van back into Sears." Yeah. So I just want people
Wait,
to
wait,
understand
wait,
that
you
this
cut
is
out.
real.
You
He
said,
told me that he could.
you said he got it for 1,500 and then what?
All right, so I went there out this morning because a lot of times I'll go out to jobs, and because I like to do residential myself, so I like to be the first person, depending on the clientele, because I know I'm gonna lock the sale in. So the first job I went to was an ice maker on a Samsung, right? I get there, the ice maker's frozen. Now anybody that knows anything about the Samsung refrigerators, they're like $3,000 to $7,000 refrigerators. And you'll see them, they got like the big iPad on one door, da-da-da-da. Anyway, they have a problem. They got like a class action suit about this ice maker. Either way it go, the people who buy that always want the ice maker to work. So the ice maker, parts and labor to do it right is right around $500. The parts cost me maybe 77 to 150 bucks. You follow me?
Yeah.
But there's a process you have to go through. So I went out, sold the first job this morning, had the customer give me a 50% deposit, ordered the part, moved on to this next job. So that was an LG compressor. The LG compressor goes out. These are notorious for going out. They have a 10-year warranty. Most guys go and lie to the customer, don't tell them there's a warranty. I tell the customer there's a warranty. I have the customer get on the phone with LG. LG says, okay, we're gonna cover it for you $450. But I sold the job to the customer with all the upgrades and everything for $1,500. The customer is still happy because they trust me because I told them the truth. You follow me? But what I'm trying to say here, this is the contractor and the technician issue about seal systems. I am certified in seal systems. The test is $25. You study your open book, you can pass the test. All right? But the guys who are qualified and comfortable doing that work are far and few between. You understand what I'm saying? So I got 3 guys I use specifically for seal systems. This guy I just picked this compressor up from because I am a manager at heart. I dropped the part off to him 7 hours ago. He told me he could do it. Then he calls me, says he can't. So now I'm stuck in the middle of the night without a guy to do it. Now I got to back up for Sunday, but now I got to tell that customer. These are the things you deal with. Now it's a $1,500 sale. I only spent $350 on parts, so I'm gonna make it happen. You feel me? I got some coolers in the back. I'm finna hook the customer up with some coolers and ice and all that good stuff and keep them happy. But at the end of the day, everything you do, you got to be able to be 360 and then keep your composure. Now, I wanted to yank that guy and beat him up, but I couldn't do it because I was on Zoom. Haha.
Yeah.
But the reality is, being a business owner, you keep your composure because I might need that dude. So I still got to kind of smooth it over because, and remember, he's an employee, not an entrepreneur. He doesn't understand that he just, what he's doing to the business. But I'm not going to allow him to affect my brand or my business because I'm the owner. So whenever you go into any situation, you got to have that kind of mindset. And you also have to understand, all y'all that's on the edge, jump your ass out here and get into business. You need to get into business because until you get your feet wet, you're not going to learn and you're not going to grow. And that's what I talk about on my channel about solid steps to wealth. Me and Erica had a consultation like 3-4 years ago when she was charging $100 an hour. And I was telling people you wasn't going to be able to get that rate for long. And
It's
she was
1,000. And I can't even do it right now.
And I remember, I ain't going to say no names, but one of Erica's friends hurt my feelings. Because I was trying to be in an accountability group, and they said to me, I ain't going to say the gender. They said, oh, you ain't ready. I was offended. I'm like, I was born ready. What you talking about? But in reality, I really wasn't because I was sitting on that cushy 6-figure job, you feel me?
Yeah.
And playing. I was building my business credit. I was doing everything Erica told us to do. I was buying all the courses. But having the knowledge and not implementing it, I cannot stress it enough. You gotta implement it. Once you jump out there and burn all the ships, game on. And then the real you will show up. Those who got the balls to do it. Now, if you know you can't sweat like that, don't do it.
I'm telling y'all, this has been a journey. She's been doing it now. Listen, and here's the thing. You could probably make a website. Your boy could make a website right now where you put hiring techs. And one tech say it can't do it, go ahead and call another. This tech can't do it, call another. You know what I mean? Like, man.
Yeah.
You got it. But I mean, that's the thing. It's like, people ask me a lot of questions about trucking, and I'm like, if you're not buying a truck tomorrow and getting your authority tomorrow, you really just, you asking me air questions.
Exactly.
You're daydreaming right now, and that's okay, but don't daydream for too long, because then it's like, oh, I don't know. And then I've had people talk to me for 2 years saying they're gonna do stuff. I will say Rochelle's the only person I know is consistently doing stuff. Like, out of the thousands of people I talk on the phone with, there's probably like a solid 30 I know consistently do something. Just straight up. That's just honest.
And
So,
Erica,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing that people got to understand is you got to not only go do it, you got to focus on it, and then you got to get everything else in your life in order, physically, mentally, and spiritually. This is not a joke, because as you elevate and clear your mind and your vision comes to pass, you're going to realize it's lonely at the top, period. And you got to constantly invest in yourself. All this free 99, you better get away from me, because people know I don't even talk to them for free. They get all up in their feelings. I'm like, yeah, I paid too much for this, You better watch this YouTube video.
Listen, I told y'all my cousin was harassing me. Been seeing me for years do all this stuff. I'm like, what's your question? I'm just trying to figure out about LLCs. Baby, you're not wasting my afternoon talking about something you can Google on North Carolina website. Get out of here. It's levels to this. And I'm taking a break. Not because I don't love helping people and changing people's lives and people get out here and do this stuff, but it's exhausting. It's exhausting when you're trying to grow this high and people are like, so how do I start this? You're like, look, we all got to start somewhere. But if you haven't looked at the videos or any of the courses I'm out here giving, I'm literally telling you step by step. Like, before Kamoy said any of that, I was like, well, thank you, Kamoy, for validating, because I know it's possible. She ain't even here. She in Mexico, y'all, on that Comcast Mexico internet. Come on now. So again, you decide. You decide. Partner with somebody, find the skills, follow the task. Some people in some of my other classes are already partnering with each other. Congrats. That's how you got to do it. So, was there any questions, y'all? I'm gonna wrap it up here. I don't want to take up everybody's time. This is your time to ask your questions. This recording is cool.
Yeah, no worries. If you had to do something different from when you started, what would that be?
I would stop trying to bring folks with me. I would leave them right where the hell I found them. Facts.
Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you that years ago?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, the problem is when you discover a goal, you want to share it, you want to bring people with you. It's techs who I know, that are aging out in the automotive field. And I'm like, look, come over here. It's lightweight, it's light work. But what I would do different is I would just continue to move. I would move in silence. They think I'm quiet now. Psh, man, please. I would have really been quiet before because everything else was just a distraction.
It makes you feel good to talk about business, but if you ain't doing business, it's exhausting. So Kamoy put in here, where do you find qualified technicians though? Would it be worth training people to become qualified technicians? And I've got something to say on that, but you go ahead and answer.
All right, so the first thing I did was I started with apprentices because I'm really big about teaching people my way. It's a lot of people out here who already have bad habits. So if you're trying to protect the brand, you got to move differently. So on my commercial side, I use regular techs who've already worked in the business because, when it comes to commercial, that's a different dynamic than when you walk in somebody's house and you're dealing with a little old lady or, people with their own belief systems, you know what I'm saying, or people who live different ways. So I get my technicians through, I get them through places like if they're working already in a mechanical position, like a guy at Jiffy Lube or, a guy in a shop, somebody's mechanical, I get them that way. That's one way. The other way I run into techs though, some of my best techs, actually while I was picking up parts, because every day I pick up parts at major distributors and I'm usually the only female and I'm extremely talkative and, I can put on the charm when I need to, and that's what I do is I'll talk to those guys, fill them out, see who does sub work, and I'll pull guys like that for my business because they never see a woman. And then I drive a 2020 ProMaster. My stuff is really commercialized, so I look the part like on a whole corporate level. And then my approach, since I've always worked with men in the industry, and technicians, I just speak the language. I've been able to find them that way. Now, I am definitely going to throw a wider net. I'm not really ready for the headache that comes with that from an HR side, because people will tell you anything to get in the door. Like, there are two sides to my business right now. Like, about the appliance side with the commercial and all that, but I haven't talked about my handyman side. So I have laser appliance repair, but I also have laser works. And the reason I have laser works is because, just like Erica said, when people invite you in their home, they think you can fix anything. Like, I'm fixing pools, all kind of stuff that I would never touch. Painting, hanging doors, building gazebos. I got a what I like to call a Blue Nile tan this weekend in South Bay because I had to go build a gazebo because one of the guys I subcontracted to, and one of my little apprentices thought he could handle it and dropped the ball, so I had to go be big mama and get it done. But it all comes with a job.
And I want y'all to realize she's talking about higher income stuff. This is 1,500 compressor stuff again, you get the right guy helping you make it run.
Yeah.
Y'all just don't understand. You're talking about, just think about it. You're talking about $3,000 jobs, $1,500 jobs. Somebody with a $3,000 to $7,000 refrigerator, they ain't trying to pay $3,000, $7,000 to replace that refrigerator.
Exactly.
So
it's high profit. Yeah, it's high profit. And y'all got to realize, when you see, there was a video, reaction video that JT Hustles did. He calls me the queen of appliance repair, which I consider funny. But he talks about how, like, when I had my job, I would only do it for 3 days, and I would pull anywhere between $4,000 to $6,000 in those 3 days, because that's how driven I was, just to push myself in the envelope. So now that I'm doing it full time, I have a system. Like I said, I have my key performance indicators. And my whole goal is to have a minimum of 5 compressors a day. And that's just on my seal systems. I've broken my business down into maintenance, seal systems, ice makers, we do everything, dishwashers, everything. The money is there. You just got to find that sweet spot and keep hitting home runs. It ain't that hard.
Where did you learn to do home repairs is what people are asking.
Oh, well, okay. Those who are mechanical, now let's just go back to what Erica said about how most people are not handy. But how many of y'all, if y'all got a problem on a computer, the first place you go to YouTube University and do what? You figure it out. It's the same thing. So I want you to take an appliance in your house and say you got a, I'm gonna give you a simple one. You got a washer or a dryer. And all I want you to do is go and Google door lid switch replacement. Takes you 15 minutes. That job, I make $150. The switch cost me $10. That's insane.
I mean, listen, here's how I look at it. 2020 is coming. 2020 is about almost out the door. 2021, the people who are going to thrive and survive are owners and people who create jobs for other people. I have a man right now, Rochelle, I'm telling you, I have a guy right now who is relocating his family from Arkansas to here to work for me. He's in his 50s. He's been a six-figure man multiple years. When you create jobs and you have systems in place that people can follow, produce, and replicate, they will come work for you. Point blank period. They'll come work for you. So again, I'm not trying to oversell anything. I'm not trying to convince anybody anything. If you feel this isn't for you, for sure. Again, we have 70, almost 80 people who bought this course, and 40, less than 40 are here tonight. So that tells me all I need to know, right? I really ain't trying to hear it later. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. Thank you, Kamoy. Thank you, Rochelle. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna wrap this on up. Thank you guys for being here. Again, that right there. Whoo. Okay, just Kamoy and Rochelle. I can sell that. That'd be all I wrote. So, all right, you guys. This is your girl Erica, ClassicCon Blog. I will try to get this put in later tonight or tomorrow. Don't email me. Don't stress me about it not being here if you were not in class. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, Erica. Appreciate it.
For sure. No problem.